NERDSoul.
Okay, that's right. Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go, because we got Soultaku, y'all. That's right. You best believe we gonna get up in here, talk about a little bit of anime, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Some animated projects getting in. Yeah, you best believe we gonna be getting into that ninja Kamui. See, we was looking for a healing. See, Higan, he got beat up a little bit. He had to go to ground. And he got saved by Emma, of all people. See, we was thinking that the voice was a dude because she was modulating the voice. And then also when we saw Emma's name, we was like, yo, man, look, Emma better not be bad. She better not be bad. Look, I don't know why her name on this list. I don't like it. And we found out that Emma was a super double agent. All right. She was deep undercover. All right. And also found out that not only was she deep undercover, but had a background with Mari. And it ended up being very touching and also sad. Because, I mean, she talks about how after Mari left, they kept in touch and, you know, they kept talking and everything. And I guess, you know, Emma couldn't leave. She was too, you know, she was in too deep, or she had to keep her cover or whatever. Or maybe she just, you know, was kind of torn between leaving and staying, but she stayed there, and she kept contact all through the years, through Mari having a child, you know, being with Higan, all the things that they went through. And even so much so that when she found out that the hit was on, she did all she could to try to save someone. And I mean, she used her ninja art on Higan, which now solves the question or the issue with what is it, Yamaji talking about like his secret art and we don't know and all that stuff. Now we know it wasn't his secret art, it was Emma's. The only thing is, like, Emma's like, this is a one ticket, you know, you only do one. When you do one, that pathway or whatever ain't available no more. And the hurt in the voice actor's performance when he was saying, why did you save me? Why didn't you save, you know, you know, my wife? Why didn't you save my son? And, you know, she talked about how, you know, she wished she could have. She was too late. You know, of course, I'm sure they're not putting out these notices of hit squads, you know, worldwide. Maybe she just found out, you know, with just not enough time to kind of get in there and kind of be part of the sneaky, you know, squad to, I guess, sort of up in their plan without them knowing it was her. You know what I'm saying? So the performance that played out there was actually kind of cool, man. I enjoyed that part where we're getting to know more about Emma and more about her journey and more about why she's there. Because sometimes they just throw in kind of like, you know, these plot devices and we don't really get a good explanation. But here we actually do. We get a decent story. I mean, a decent backstory for Emma and a reason for her want to save them. But unfortunately, she was just too late. But here we finally find out the whole reason we got the story, you know, or the name Kamui, because the suit that she's going to put, of course, your boy Higan into is the Kamui suit or whatever. It's the most advanced suit. It needs a special neural link. And this is basically a narrative way to kind of ground Higan for this episode. But I mean, he also needs, you know, he got to get some, you know, some orange slices and some protein shakes to get his body back. But during that time, the Insidious 6 activate the whole city, bruh. Or I guess not the Insidious 6 no more, but the Insidious 6 activate the whole city. There's sleeper agents all over the place. I'm telling you, Alza is super duper corrupt. But the way they activated them and the way that everything was mobilized, I gotta give them credit for it, man. It's a well put together. I hate to say it, but it is a well put together and well oiled machine that Alza has going on, man. They hit that little button and people's arms started, or the little dot in their hand or whatever started blinking. It was like, all right, cool, kill time. And look, I can't hate the game, man. I can't hate the game more to play on that. I mean, that takes some organization, some true organization. And the way that they found, first the brother with the fade, he said, my fade is too good. So hopefully he's not dead. I mean, he did get caught in the blast, so he might be dead, but I hope he's not dead because he's a brother with a fade, man. I don't want a brother with a fade to go down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can change his ways. Look at the man in the mirror and make that change. It's going to feel real good. But in this episode, we get Big Head Little Body against Emma. And I got a question for you guys when it comes to the suits. Do you think that the suits lose their power too fast? Because it seemed like they were fighting for, I don't know, like a minute or 2 or 3 minutes. But it seemed like they needed a charge pretty quick. And it seemed like they needed a charge quicker here, but didn't need a charge at all when they fought Higan together. And the fight seemed to be approximately the same time. Now, at the same time, but at the same time, this is TV time, which has no concept of real time. Like TV time, you can just throw it out the window, man. And like, remember Hell's Paradise? It seemed like they was there for like a good 2 weeks or something like that. And then at the end of the show, when they were sending more people, they said it had only been like 3 days. I'm wondering, what? What do you mean 3 days? They've been there for like 2 weeks. But anyway, scratch all that. The fight between Emma and Big Head Little Body, I think was really cool. The only thing is, I believe the movement, as far as the fluidity of the fights, punches and kicks, the sword moves, I think the fluidity in that movement and that animation is actually better when Higan is outside the suit. But I know this is going to be his, like, I guess his graduation into a ninja suit. So, I mean, yeah. I guess this works, and we'll see how he used the suit, because of course this suit is supposed to be the like the creme de la creme suit. You know what I'm saying? So this might end up being better than, or looking better, or looking faster than the suit with Big Head Little Body and Emma. Not to say that they look bad, it's just that I preferred the kind of human body aesthetic of why he was flipping and twisting and contorting his body. So we'll see how that plays out, because it's not that I didn't like the fight scene. I just prefer the fight scene with like the actual body movements better. But we'll see how that plays out, because we got like a little peek of it at the end of this episode, basically. Now on to, I gotta talk about your boy Mike. You know what I'm saying? You gotta talk. Look, your boy Mike, man. Look, he been getting his rest on, man. 10 days. All right. Now, I don't know. Once again, TV time, because I'm guessing, because I don't think Emma said they had been on the run for 10 days, but maybe they have, or maybe they have and they just didn't mention it because it wasn't important to mention. But I'm like, I don't remember them saying nothing about no 10 days. But then Mike been asleep for 10 days. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. 10 whole days. I mean, I know this job gets tiring, but 10 days? Whew, that brother, he gonna enjoy his retirement. He gonna get his retirement worth. Also, he ain't supposed to be doing this anyway, so I mean, I guess somebody be like, it serves him right. But the ex-Alpha employee's like, bruh, you supposed to be protecting me. Like, not me protecting you. Like, what's going on up in here? So I thought that was funny. And the fact that they might have another crack at going against Alza with the bug. That's right, the computer bug. So we'll see how that plays out. I hope that they're able to provide some kind of, assistance, because it's just, I guess, had gone by himself right now, because Emma is knocked out. She lost battery juice or something, so she ain't got no power, and it don't seem like she's gonna be getting up anytime soon. Even though she did hack his eyes, which I thought was cool. Shouts to Ghost in the Shell. But we don't really know where this is gonna take, I guess, Emma and Mike through the end of this, because they don't look like they're going to die before the end of the season. So I'm hoping there's a way to save Emma, or at least create a distraction where she can kind of reboot her suit or something. I don't know, something like that. And then they can maybe fight back to back in some cool, last, salvo or something like that. But all in all, man, this episode was cold as ice. Oh man, I had to say it. I dug it for real, man. This show is getting cool. I like the way that they weave in people's interpersonal relationships. I couldn't be happier. You know what I'm saying? I know big head, little body getting on my nerves, but in general, this show is tight, man. This show is super tight, so I gotta give them their props, man. Ninja Kamui is dope. Holla at me in them comments. Let me know what you thinking. But since we on the point of shows that got me hyped, I'm gonna bring up a show that came back recently in Invincible. Now, this episode of Invincible, I don't dislike it. Before I start, it's not that I dislike it, because I like the show in general, and I think that this episode was a good episode. I think that this is a bad episode to come in off of a hiatus. That's what I think. Because I'm watching the episode and I'm like, yeah, man, I really just wanted a little bit more of a flashy, poppy kind of, reintroduction to the show. But narratively, this episode makes sense. We got your boy coming back. He finally relaxes a little bit. He gets, Mark has been around the world and I. You know what I'm saying? So he comes back. Shoot, we see the rebuilding of the bug planet. Then you see that Bug Mama, you know what I'm saying, Nolan's ex-wife now, or I guess she's still his wife. I mean, he ain't divorced, but you know what I'm saying? She's like, look, take your brother back to Earth, because I'm gonna be dead soon. Like, we live short lives. So it'll be, we have no concept of generations. I mean, no concept of like centuries and stuff like that. So take my son. So all right, Mike go home. He got a brand new baby. And I mean, it's his little brother. They make a good point of like, yo, Nolan just does these things and people are just left to kind of deal with the fallout of all of these decisions that he's making. And because he could have just, had protected love, you know what I'm saying? But he had to make another kid. See what I'm saying? Oh boy, just killing me, man. But to the, I guess, credit of Debbie, she handled it, I guess, as well as you could. I mean, all right, think about it. She said this dude been gone for 2 months, all right? So Mark gone 2 months. Shows back up. He like, hey, Mom, how's it going? She's like, oh, my God, I miss my son. How you been? I'm glad you in one piece. Oh, baby, I miss you. I'm so happy to see your beautiful, shining face. He's like, yeah, and my little brother. And she's like, little brother? All right? I ain't been nowhere. He's like, yeah, see, my daddy, though, Papa was a Rolling Stone. And he laid his hat in this home. And now he got a little brother. And also that Nolan ain't dead. And her having to come to grips with that, because she's like, well, I didn't know whether he was alive or dead, and didn't know whether I wanted him alive or dead. She did, because something